Hope Valley and When Calls the Heart may be undergoing significant modifications. A plan to steal the water from the valley is jeopardizing the existence of the small town, and Lucas Bouchard seems to be the only one who can keep everything afloat. Will taking action to defend Hope Valley, however, come at a great personal cost? Could it result in a star of the show permanently departing the series? Elizabeth's Aunt Agatha hinted to her niece early in Season 10 that Lucas might have bigger plans than managing the hotel and bar in Hope Valley. As it happens, she was correct. Lucas became a rising political hero after his passionate, spontaneous speech revealed the territorial governor's complicity in a scheme to steal water from Hope Valley and other small communities. A few days later, Lucas is approached by party leaders to run as a candidate after the governor's opponent withdraws from the race. Lucas seems to be the champion Hope Valley needs, and his fiancée Elizabeth is happy to see him take on that responsibility. But when she learns that Lucas would have to move to Capital City if he wins the election, and that his wife will be expected to follow him there, things get much more difficult. Lucas devotes all of his energy to his campaign with 2 days left until the election. Elizabeth, on the sidelines, watches with growing anxiety. Even before the wedding, she was exhibiting some symptoms of cold feet. She now has to consider the possibility of moving away from Hope Valley. In a tearful scene at the schoolhouse, Nathan, the man she turned down for Lucas, confronts her. "Be truthful with yourself. Do you want this or what?" he queries her. She responds that she will be accompanying Lucas on the campaign trail and that she wants him to win the election. Elizabeth objects at the last second, though. She informs Lucas that she is unable to accompany him just before they are ready to board the train. Furthermore, the issue goes beyond the election and Lucas's potential for governor. Elizabeth exclaims with tears in her eyes, "I really wanted to make this work, despite my best efforts to persuade myself." "Your heart isn't there," he remarks, going on to suggest that he's been suspecting Elizabeth of having second thoughts for a while. He says, "I wish you all the happiness in the world," and gets on the train. The wedding appears to have been called off, and Elizabeth is back on her own again in an instant. Lucas, meantime, is quickly approaching the position of governor. Season 10 of When Calls the Heart has one more episode to go. In the Story Night's finale, we'll find out who wins the governorship, according to the Hallmark Channel episode synopsis. Interestingly, it also states that on Election Day, Elizabeth will support Lucas. That implies that there's a chance they make up following their contentious talk in the episode that aired on October 8. It might also imply that she is by his side as a friend rather than as his future spouse. Fans of Elizabeth and Lucas will undoubtedly hope that the program finds a way to reconcile them in the climactic scene. However, considering how episode 11 ended with Elizabeth and Lucas, it's difficult to avoid wondering if When Calls the Heart is preparing for McNally's departure from the show. Lucas will need to relocate to Capital City if he is elected governor. Additionally, he won't have anything permanently binding him to Hope Valley, now that his engagement to Elizabeth appears to be over and the wedding appears to have been canceled. As Aunt Agatha had prophesied, Lucas advances to a larger platform in this scenario. Elizabeth, meanwhile, remains put and might even start dating Nathan. Lucas saves Hope Valley but loses the woman he loves in the process, making for a heroic but ultimately tragic ending to his story. McNally is departing When Calls the Heart, but no formal announcement has been made as of yet. There are still alternative ways the story could go, even though all the evidence now point to Lucas becoming governor, breaking up with Elizabeth, and leaving Hope Valley behind. It's possible that Lucas will not be Elizabeth's partner after losing the election and staying in Hope Valley. However, that doesn't seem likely given that Hope Valley won't endure if Balfour wins re-election. Furthermore, given that he is surrounded by memories of Elizabeth in Hope Valley, would Lucas truly want to stay there? Another scenario is that Elizabeth and Lucas make up but Lucas wins the election. They'd have to work together to find a method to reconcile her wish to remain in Hope Valley with his duties as governor. For instance, he conveniently completes the majority of his governor responsibilities in the months in between seasons. However, because Season 11 of When Calls the Heart has already been confirmed, we may have to wait to find out what happens to Lucas, Elizabeth, and the other village residents.